Good morning, guests. Good morning, graduands. Welcome to your graduation ceremony. While you are waiting, we hope that you enjoyed the musical interlude performed by our Royal Conservatoire Brass Ensemble. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful day to celebrate the achievements of our graduands. To ensure you enjoy the proceedings as much as possible, we just have a few requests and announcements. First of all, we're not expecting any testing of the fire alarm or any other disruption today, but if the alarm does sound or if there is an emergency, you'll be given directions by the nearest door steward so that you can proceed quickly and safely to the nearest emergency exit. Secondly, please turn all mobile phones to silent or switch them off completely. We welcome the taking of photos and videos, but if you're doing so, please do not stand or block the view of others in the audience. We have more than 450 students graduating today, and each one who crosses the stage is important to us. Please do clap and cheer as loudly as you wish as your graduand crosses the stage, and allow others to do so without distraction while their graduand is crossing too. The ceremony is expected to last approximately 1.5 hours. In our experience, small children can become restless during proceedings and sometimes even a little noisy. If your child does become unsettled, can we please ask you to move quietly out of the hall to our comfortable viewing room where you can still watch the proceedings and tend to your child. Your nearest door steward will be able to direct you. Graduands, this is important for you. You have been seated carefully and in a particular order to ensure that every person crosses the stage in the correct sequence. Please do stay in your assigned seats, and when you're asked to come out of your row and move around the corner to cross to the corridor to cross the stage, please do not move out of your assigned order. It is absolutely essential that you are sitting in the seat indicated on your student registration cards, and please keep hold of those cards until you're on the stage. If you have moved seats for any reason out of sequence, please move back now. Thank you. When you come back into the auditorium, it is likely that you will be sitting in a different seat. Please be courteous to all of those still to cross the stage after you by clapping and celebrating their achievements too. Please do not use mobile phones during the ceremony to text or make calls or to distract other graduands from enjoying their proceedings. Our stewards may ask you to put your phone away if you're using it inappropriately. Our graduation ceremonies are formal occasions that do follow a traditional format. They begin with a fanfare, following which the academic procession and the Vice-Chancellor's procession will enter the hall. At the end of the ceremony, once the Vice-Chancellor closes proceedings, could I please ask graduates to stand once again and for guests to remain in their places until the procession has exited the hall, after which you will be able to leave and join your party to enjoy the rest of the day. Please do enjoy the live music that we have and the refreshments that are available in the foyer of Symphony Hall on the circle levels. Now, we are about to begin. Can I please ask everybody to stand if you are able to as the processions enter the hall? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Philip Plowden. It's my great privilege to be the Vice-Chancellor of Birmingham City University, and I am delighted to declare this congregation open. So on this very warm Birmingham morning, would you all like to sit down and make yourselves comfortable? So good morning to you all, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, all of you who are celebrating your graduation today. I know that for many, certainly for most of you, it's going to have felt like it's been a long wait for today, and we will try and ensure that it's all been worthwhile. I preside over this ceremony as the Vice-Chancellor of the University, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to Birmingham City University's first set of graduation ceremonies that we've been able to do since January 2020. And over the course of this summer, we'll be ensuring that all of the students, not just those who are graduating this year, but like many of you, those who missed the chance to have a formal graduation ceremony last year or the year before, or indeed in some cases the year before that, actually have the opportunity to come across the stage in the presence of your friends, your family and your supporters, and of course my academic colleagues who've been so important to your learning journeys. Graduation is always just a real pleasure. It doesn't matter how many you do. Each graduation, we can see how much it means to the students who are celebrating their achievements and to the friends and family who've gathered to celebrate alongside them. But I have to say that this set of graduations that we're doing this summer feels even more special than before the pandemic. After the last 2 years, these ceremonies are just such a great opportunity to bring you together as a community and to celebrate what you have achieved. Because I know that for those of you who are graduating today, you've had one of the most unusual student journeys any of us would have experienced. But here we are today, and I'm really grateful because many of you have made significant journeys to come back to Birmingham. Even those of you who live in the city or across the West Midlands have put up with the endless traffic jams and rail problems that we have these days in order to be here and to celebrate in person without restrictions, without compromise. But graduates, this is absolutely your day. But I do want to start by acknowledging the support that you've had that has helped you to get to this place. I want to acknowledge the wonderful academic staff who have supported you on the courses on which you have studied, the professional support staff, many of whom will probably have been behind the scenes for much of your student journey, who have ensured that everything operated smoothly. But above all around us in this amazing symphony hall, the friends, the family and the supporters who've been there for you, supporting you when times were tough. And over the last few years, I think for all of us, times have at points been remarkably tough. So graduates, I'm going to suggest that we start by thanking my academics, the professional support staff in the university, and above all, friends, family and supporters. Can we give them a big thank you? Now, often in these graduation speeches, the theme that I choose to talk about is about change and the way in which change impacts upon us, the way in which we're going to see change at greater and greater pace. But actually, I feel that I shouldn't be talking about that with you because you have lived that. You know exactly what change is about. During the period of your studies, you've seen change on a grand scale, change that came in almost overnight and which impacted on pretty much every aspect of all of your lives. So you, our graduates, and the rest of our BCU student community, you know change better than most. But I hope that notwithstanding the challenges that you have may have faced over the last couple of years, your time at BCU will have been memorable for the right reasons as well. For the friendships that you have forged, for the communities that you have been part of, as well, of course, as the learning that you have mastered and which brings you here today. And I do hope, as you progress in your careers, you never forget what you have achieved, because it's more than just achieving your degrees. What you've shown in order to be here today is astonishing determination, adaptability, resilience, all of the things that the world outside says that it wants to see from young people coming into their careers. It's a very great achievement. And of course, during the last few years, the world hasn't stood still, and the university itself has continued to develop and to change, from the redevelopment of the skills facilities down at our City South campus, which is the home of our health, education and life science programmes, through to the redevelopment of buildings on our city centre campus. And I hope you've all had a chance to see the amazing and iconic Belmont Works, because that becomes the site of our STEAM House programme, which brings together many of your academic disciplines in the arts, in design, in creative areas, alongside science and technology and engineering and maths, on the basis that it's the bringing together of those cultures. It's the interplay between the different ways of thinking that is going to shape the future. And Birmingham has, of course, been hard hit by the pandemic, but there remains such a sense of buzz and excitement around the city. It's always here. We're a young and vibrant city. But even more so, I hope that you had the chance to enjoy the Commonwealth Games, which I think were an astonishing achievement by the city, with only half the normal time to prepare and with much of that overtaken by the pandemic. And for me, it's genuinely been wonderful to see a city which is quite self-deprecating, which doesn't like to show off. It's been wonderful to see the confidence and the style with which Birmingham has shown off on an international stage. And if you haven't yet taken a selfie in front of the Bull down the other end of Centenary Square, I hope you'll do that before you finish today, because it's magnificent. But of course, the Bull sits against a backdrop of other iconic buildings that have been developed. The City Library, which has been there for a few years now, the whole new Paradise Circus development. Even here at the ICC in Symphony Hall, the redevelopment of performance spaces and social spaces around the building. It's just a great time to be in Birmingham. And because our university, because BCU is so deeply part of the city, it's no surprise to see how our students, hopefully many of you, became part of the Commonwealth Games, whether as volunteers, whether as spectators, whether working in some of the support industries around the Games, like Sunset and Vine. We saw our costume design students create the costumes for the opening event of the 2022 festival. Our jewellery students up in our iconic School of Jewellery in the Jewellery Quarter designed the medals for the Commonwealth Games, which I think is just astonishing. Sam Oxborough from the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire sang the national anthem at the opening ceremony, and Laura Mvula, another alum of the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire, of course, sang in the closing ceremony. And those links with the Games in the city just reinforce the fact that when we talk about being the university for Birmingham, that's not empty words, that's the reality of our role in our city. And I do hope that you'll agree that the last couple of years have made clear beyond any doubt why what happens in universities is quite so important. The role of research, of knowledge creation, the development of new practices. I mean, clearly the most obvious example of that has been the development of the new vaccines at a pace we could never have imagined in order to at least help mitigate the impact of the pandemic. But it's equally true of many of your areas and the way in which creative industries have had to adjust all of their practices in order to be able to maintain their presence and what they do as part of society. So knowledge has never, I think, been more important, and that's something that each of you provides evidence of as you celebrate your graduation today. And for me, that's why today's ceremony is so important. That's why we gather back here. We all get dressed up in this slightly unlikely clothing as a way of formally recognizing your very considerable achievement and its importance to society around us. Because the research tells us that graduates are important. In every society, you are important. The research says that graduates tend to live longer. They tend to be more productive. They tend to contribute more to society around them. They're more likely to volunteer, to vote, to lead. Generally, they have better health. Mind you, the research also says that graduates drink less. But above all, graduates, we know, are best placed to deal with change. And I hope many of you, I hope all of you, live long, long lives. But during your lives, the world in which you live will change not once, but many, many times. And you'll have not one career, but many careers. And that means that you'll often need to master new skills and new knowledge and to learn afresh. And that's why being a graduate is quite so important. You have the skills that equip you to learn. You have the habits of learning. And so today, what we're celebrating is not just what you have achieved. We're celebrating what you're going to go on to achieve in your future. Now, our history as an institution dates all the way back to 1843, when we were founded as the wonderfully named Birmingham Government School of Design. And we were created almost 180 years ago now to help the manufacturers of what was becoming one of the great workshops of the world to compete globally. And during that time, we've changed often and often, but we've stayed true to that founding purpose. We remain focused on learning that makes a difference in the world around us, in ensuring that our graduates, you guys, all around the world, make a difference in your societies. So my challenge to you today is absolutely, today is a day to celebrate your considerable personal achievement, your personal transformation. But see it, please, as part of a broader commitment, a commitment to transforming the world around you. Now, you'll all be very familiar with the I Am BCU images all around our campus here in the ICC, around the city. And that came from the student body. And when we talked to the students about what I Am BCU meant, they told us that it was about pride. They told us it was about confidence. But above all, what they talked about was that sense of belonging. So I Am BCU isn't just a slogan. It's about being part of an extraordinary family, and you'll always be part of our community and part of our outstanding alumni body. But that's enough from me, because today is very much your day. It's a day when you get to celebrate something really special and really remarkable, which is achieving what you set out to do, in some cases many years ago now. So my warmest congratulations to you all. Very well done. I now call upon the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media, Professor Lawrence Zegan, to commence the presentation of award holders, and on the Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Professor Julie MacLeod, to receive the students.
Sadly, the first award this morning is to be made posthumously to Owen Ying Zheng Lo, one of our former students from the faculty. With the university's sincere condolences, I'd like to welcome Owen's friend to receive the posthumous award of postgraduate diploma in future media on his behalf. Vice-Chancellor, as Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean, I present students from the Faculty of Art, Design and Media who have qualified for the award of degrees, diplomas and certificates. I commence by presenting the candidates for the award of research degree. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled The Visual Absence in the History of the Kaaba and Kiswa, a response through printmaking, I present Dr. Soha Azad. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Creation of Creativity in Radio, How Does Radio as an Industry Define, Practice and Negotiate Creativity, I present Dr. Emily Betterson. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Media Pluralism in Political Transitions in Sub-Saharan Africa, a case study of English language newspapers in Cameroon, I present Dr. Emmanuel Deux. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled On the Periphery, Archive Film, Public History and Memory in Places and Spaces on the Borders of London, I present Dr. Angela English. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Life We Make, Identity, Memory and British Anarcho-Punk, I present Dr. Matt Grimes. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Power and Language in the War of Roses, I present Dr. Tamara Peters. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Mask for Mask, Masculinity, Gay Men and the Cultures of Online Cruising, I present Dr. Charlie Sarson. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Discourses of Community Radio, Social Gain Policies in Practice, I present Dr. Siobhan Stevenson. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled A Study of the Transnational Journeys of British Asian Music and Musicians in the 21st Century, I present Dr. Julia Sivat. And for the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Lived Experiences of First-Generation African Cultural Entrepreneurs in Birmingham, I present Dr. Selangu Chuma. I now invite Professor Andrew Coleman to the lectern to present award holders from the Birmingham Institute of Creative Arts.
Master of Arts in Contemporary Arts China, Cheng Fan. Master of Arts in Art and Design Interdisciplinary Practices, Jane Anderson. Simon Britton. Amy Curran. Lucy Gardner. Samuel Hart. Nicola Lamin. Faye Proctor. Master of Arts in Arts and Education Practices, Fatima Amin. Polly Brandt. Abigail Brody. Kalia Kakikarela. Sharonjit Kaur. Natasha Young. Master of Arts in Arts and Project Management, Nichamon R. Matako. Nadia Atwell. Autumn Binns. Ohenaba Mensa Bonsu. Fiona Spence Reed. Master of Arts in Fine Art, Tabor Akhtar. Karanjal Boyle. Rue Dizou. Charlotte French. Rabab Jawayat. Jessica Ladkin. Jasmine Lee. Joseph dos Santos. Jessica Skidmore. Saminda Treadwell. Georgia Tucker. Leah Wolford. Master of Arts in Feature Film Development, James Penders. Dinma Uba. Cameron Watson. Master of Arts in Film Distribution and Marketing, Sean Rudge. Rebecca Shaw. Samuel Sprague. Samuel Summers. Nancy Tereko Neff Cruz. Audrey Valenti. Lydia Watts. Master of Arts in Future Media, Ida Al-Rushaid. Kingsley Anozi. Natalie Hart. Andrew Jones. Kane McHale. Shamela. Rumel Rahman. Sajan Lohia. Serena Patel. Sarah Wagstaff. Master of Arts in Video Game Development, Jessica Ansell. Hannah Baker. Thomas Brahofi. Laura Clark. Florence Crawshaw. Daniel Hemmings. Zachary Oliver. Johnny Patriclou. Amy Rose Sheila. Ryland Taylor. Stefan Tishma. Kanan Wallace. Jamie Warner. Gabriella Woutz. Master of Science in Video Game Development, Isabella Bathan. Kina Fudad. Toyin Green. Master of Science in Video Game Enterprise Production and Design, Benjamin Cullough. Oliver Cullen. Curtis Griffiths. Luke Hodgetts. Ryan Horton. Nicholas Jones. Jade Langton. Jamie Morris. Barnabas Scottson. Artur Sienkiewicz. Jamie Skidmore. Jessica Slavin. Master of Arts in Visual Communication, Raluca Farkas. Joanne Monk. Kamaljit Panasar. This completes the presentation of awards to graduates from the Birmingham Institute of Creative Arts.
This completes the first presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Art, Design and Media. I now invite Mothering Duffy to the lectern to continue to present award holders from the Birmingham Institute of Media and English.
Master of Arts in Creative Writing, Henry Bovington. Bonnie Cartwright Ball. Alexina Day. Kay Flax. Robin Garvin. Jessica Griffin. Megan Kendall. Bernadette Lynch. Danny Maguire. Charlotte McCormack. Bethany McHugh. Surura Patel. Daniel Payne. Holly Selyu. Master of Arts in Data Journalism, Beatrice Faruja Foina. Vanessa Phyllis. Umar Hassan. George Willoughby. Master of Arts in English Literature, Richard Higgs. Harleen Sahota. Master of Arts in Events, Festivals and Exhibitions Management, Ellie Cubbett. Jerdy Dos Santos. Nikki Elliott. Luke Hassan. Emily Hewitt. Rebecca Kroon. Sunil Karma. Jade Morgan. Anna Neve. Abigail Roberts. Umthong Saweng Sang. Master of Arts in Global Media Management, Ariane Augustina. Yusuf Al-Thafiri. Master of Arts in Media and Cultural Studies, Shannon Meredith. Crystal Ramdeen. Joshua Robertson. Master of Arts in Media Production, Martha Coleman. Moises Gomez. Zara Hussain. Abasada Satnajanya. Ryan Simmons. Joshua Thomas. Thomas Walker. Ben Woolman. Master of Arts in Multi-Platform and Mobile Journalism, George Bunn. Aida Fofana. Natalia Paganat. Isaac Williams. Master of Arts in Public Relations, Sandesh Bamania. Megan Blasterson. Joy Iyamu. Callan Kenner. Ayana Nemhart-Brown. Connor Nichols. Tia Patel. Thomas Smith. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English, Taran Olyok. Marissa Brooks. Olivia Chapman. Shuli Ferber. Serena Harper. Huma Iqbal. Courtney Pitt. Olivia Richards. Kimberly Richardson. Mariam Sadia. Christine Strathy. Liberty Westwood Hedge. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Creative Writing, Anissa Ahmed. Russell Cook. Ewan Fox. Jordan Mason. Laura Seddy. India Rose Socket. Agnes Timmis. Lucky Udin. Leah Wilson. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Drama, Dalila Monteiro. Nia Nikolova. Courtney Taylor. Ellie Marie Vorsman. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Journalism, Ferron Jayawadine. Nicholas Johnson. Tammy Kong. Rosie Mason. Zach Moran. Jessica Quinn. Amy Reist. James Robinson. Hafsa Saeed. Vicky Thompson. Mariana Tilbury. Anissa Vasta. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Language and Literature, Karis Ford. Aisha Janat. Hannah Nicklin. Saiba Rafiq. Jessica Sohal. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature, Adnan Ahmed. Jack Barrett. Maimouna Bibi. Olivia Devine. Kira Dolphin. Alicia Donnellan. Josie Doy. Kaylee Evans. Sumaya Fuad. Melissa Hope. Megan Lowe. Bethany Mercer. Chloe Morris. Iman Naveed Atta. Cynthia Nagega Nyagamni. Tamsin Rolls. Atia Shahid. Azmina Make. Billy Joe Storer. Madison Travers. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Media, Sania Wasim Chugtai. Rania Hezam. Amrita Kumar. Emily Tonkinson. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Journalism, Evelina Chiricha. Malenga Chola. Princess Kamisha Griffith. Lydia Johnson. Peniel Coman. Safia Noor. Ayoboso Ozigbo. Laura Wood. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Syed Abid. Greta Andrea Vaiti. Joshua Baggett. Nikita Bassi. Zachary Bell. Olivia Bealby. Chloe Bingham. Morgan Blake. Jaskeet Bria. Thomas Bright. Fiona Brighton. Daisy Brown. Holly Burrows. Robin Burton. Victoria Hajianaki. Ivan Chirminkwi. Holly Clark. Trey Clark. Holly Courtney. DeAndre Cumberbatch. Amy Demido. Jaskin Dillon. Olivia Dias. Callum East. Akifa Elahi. India Feeney. Patricia Fernandez. Joe Gonzalez. Lauren Green. Laura Greenway. Jack Griffin. Emily Griffiths. Alex Grover. Rebecca Harvey. Natalie Hassel. Sam Hennelly. Sarish Hussain. Amara Iqbal. Rachel Jacob. Corinne James Gardner. Lamin Jameh Dibba. Erin Jenkinson. Dorda Jakinye. Merson Jinks. Monashe Kafesu. Najib Khalisa. AJ Kampf. Jewel Katri. Maria Corsa. Memuna Khalil. Nikara Korpal. Cameron Jane Lambert. Bryony Lawn. Gemma Laurie. Molly Love. El Mamat. Sky McCracken. Sam Merricks. Farai Miliswa. Fatima Shazme Mohammed Nazim. Neve Moran. Rosie Mulhern. Tina Mustafa. Alex Newborough. Precious Okungboa. Finn O'Ryan. Rimika Pankania. Pooja Palmer. Stephen Pascal. Holly Payne. Sam Phillips. Sophia Fotiu. Dalvir Rai. Sharik Raja. Chloe Robbins. William Robbins. Leonore Getch. Chris Sanger. Thomas Sayers. Sumaya Sheikh. Shay Sims Stewart. Simran Sohal. Jay Solanki. Larry Southall. Lauren Shriv Alsan. Jade Stevens. Jessica Simmons. James Tugger. Abigail Thompson. Joy Tin. Nicola Tomlinson. Marie-Angeline Villastiva. Chloe Waterhouse. Tiana Weir. Georgia Welfare. Daniel White. Naomi Willett. Bachelor of Arts in Media and Communication. Emma Benningwood. Certificate of Higher Education in Media and Communication. Kaylee Whitaker. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Event and Exhibition Industries, Chloe Spender. Chloe Walsh. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Journalism, Rushte Arnavut. Keris Davis. Yaguda Colts. Lewis Ongley. Priyanka Patel. Dejina Williams. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Music Industries, Olivia Barlow. Simone Barton. Storm Folk Hemsley. Samuel Gould. Natalie Juma. Amy O'Connor. Alice Porter. Shakila Steer. Isaac Zielich. Diploma of Higher Education in Media and Communication Music Industries, Christabel Adams. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication New Media, Evelyn Fasalou. Bachelor of Arts... Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication Public Relations, Olivia Barr. Nyasha Bond. Kira Butler. Justina Davis. Bradley Dickens. Hannah Gray. Charles Milne. Saleha Mirza. Henna Mystery. Lindalani Moyo. Natalie Smith. Gemma Stevenson. Kyra Swaby. Vicky Taylor. Dominika Wawszyniak. Esme Wilson. Nadira Zulkifli. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication Radio, Artur Lopez. Ethan Horton. Ross Hughes. Bryna Jordan. Hannah Udall. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication Television, Christopher Balbastro. Tanasia Gabrielle Fleury. Orode Jamide. Daniela Josephs. Rimsha Khwaja. Charlie McMurran. Alexandra Morgan. Lauren Parks. Dominic Quigley. Priya Road. Charlotte Sanders. Owen Timmins. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media Production, Emma Bangura. Jack Bates. Kyle Karaha. Abigail Daniels. Martine Dennis. Terry Ann Fell. Tom Greenfield. Olivia Groves. Charlotte Hill. Nathan Ivory. Danielle Jasper. Ben Jones. Sumanpreet Kaur. James Kelly. Patrick Lay. Jessica Leonard. Jasmine Mahmood. Katie Middleton. Azza Umar. Sam Purnell. Ramanda Rama. Jack Reeves. Imani Robinson. Sean Russell. Rachel Small. Ko-Victor Sori. Joshua Tyler. Mohammed Komo Odin. Bryony Watkins. Connor Wetherall. Ben Wilkins. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Music Journalism, Jade Morris. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Sports Journalism, Connell Blanchard. Rory Chester. George Hartley. Tom Hartley. Harvey Lawrence. Jordan Marks. Maya Charles. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Popular Music, Henry Malumbo. Charles Neal. Natalie Ajibade. Sarab Thomas. Woo! This completes the presentation of awards to graduates from the Birmingham Institute of Media and English.
And this completes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media. I now invite Russell Cook, who's graduated from our Bachelor of Arts with Honours English and Creative Writing this morning, to address the congregation.
Good morning and welcome to friends, family, staff and fellow graduates of 2022. It is a great honour to be asked to speak to you today, a special day for me and my family, just as I'm sure it is for so many of you here today at the culmination of our studies. I would like to begin by thanking our Vice-Chancellor and other academic colleagues for giving up their time today to join us as we celebrate our academic achievements. I was 57 when I came to BCU to study English and creative writing. I had a great job and a career in IT project management, which had spanned 36 years. But in August 2016, my world had suddenly collapsed. My wife, Pauline, died from a heart attack totally unexpectedly whilst we were on holiday in Spain. But from the seeds of tragedy, I decided to give up my job and focus my mind on a degree, and by Christmas of that year, I had my place secured at BCU to start in September 2017. For me personally, it turned out to be a brilliant decision. It felt strange initially, being so much older than many of my fellow students, and I probably had a couple of decades on many of my teachers too. But they all made me feel fantastically welcome. Our children, Rachel and David, were superbly supportive too, and I found myself immersed and totally focused on the subject and the buzz of being on campus. I loved the structure of the course, and I deliberately chose modules that would introduce me to texts that I would never normally have read. Every 12 weeks, I got a new reading list, which was like the equivalent of a literary prescription in subjects like Gothic literature, gender, sexuality and culture, and writing poetry or short stories. I found that essay writing shared much with all the major tasks that I'd done during my working career. I was attempting to distill cogent and persuasive arguments from a mass of complex material. Only now I was trying to convince my teachers instead of my customers. These are vital and transferable skills, and it convinced me that my course was a perfect foundation for a successful career, even though I'd done them the opposite way around to most of my fellow students. For me, it was the perfect course at the right moment in my life. I enjoyed it so much that I've now completed my Masters in English Literature at BCU. I wish the university nothing but success in the future. It richly deserves it. As we set out on the next stage of our lives, we are still individuals with our own distinct ambitions, but we're also united as the graduates of 2022, a permanent part of our university's history. Congratulations to you all, and I now invite the Vice-Chancellor to close the ceremony.
That was a great round of applause, but you know what? I think we can do even better. Well done, Russell. I've been doing this for long enough that I know it's very unwise to come between you guys and the next stage of your celebrations outside this hall. But before I pull the congregation to a close, I would like to say one more big thank you, and that's to our amazing musicians. Can we say thank you to them? So I now declare this congregation closed. And I'd be very grateful if you could stand and remain in your places while the stage party leaves the hall. Thank you all very much. And again, my warmest congratulations to you all.